Excuse me. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Monday, April 30th, 2018 City Council meeting to order. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderwoman Patton. Here. Alderman Curry.
Here.
Alderman Devine.
Here.
Alderman Glad.
Here.
Alderman Mehevick.
Here.
Alderman Santee.
Here.
Alderman Schaefer.
Here.
Mayor Jett.
All right. Please, actually, before we stand for the pledge, I'd like to say a few things. We'd like to welcome Deborah Meadows, which is our new deputy clerk, executive assistant to the city of McHenry. So it's our first council meeting. So welcome to the staff, on behalf of the staff and the council. So also, I'd like to say that we're going to be pulling an item this evening, 5A, which is the closure of Green Street regarding modern-day Romeos and BC Cobbs. Just to clarify a few things before we bring it to council for a vote, if we end up moving forward with this, it'll be on Monday's agenda, next Monday, okay? Other than that, let's stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Also, public comment was not on the agenda this evening, so I'll go ahead and open up for public comment at this time. Is there any member of the public wishing to address the council? See none. Moving forward to the consent agenda, I'm going to be pulling 4D for separate discussion and consideration. Is there any other items that the council would like to pull? I see none. I'm looking for a motion to approve the following consent agenda items, 4A through C, and then 4E through H. Alderman Curry?
So moved.
Second? Alderman Schaefer?
Second.
Any discussion on these items? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderwoman Condon.
Here, or yes.
Alderman Curry.
Yes.
Alderman Devine.
Yes.
Alderman Glad.
Yes.
Alderman Mehevick.
Yes.
Alderman Santee.
Yes.
And Alderman Schaefer.
Yes.
Thank you, council. The next item is 4D. I'm looking for a motion to approve 4D, McHenry High School request for traffic control to accommodate the 2018 high school graduation ceremony on May 22nd from 5 p.m. to approximately 8:30 p.m. I'll turn this over to Bill Hobson real quick before we make that motion.
Yep, I just wanted to clarify on this particular item. There actually isn't going to be any police services that are requested. The reason it's before you, as in past years, is for their graduation ceremony, the closure of Kane Avenue to accommodate that service to happen. They do utilize some on-street parking for some of the handicap people that need that accommodation, and they have a golf cart that brings them to the gate. However, we just provide barricades to close the street down. There's no traffic control, and their staff man those barricades to make sure that everything runs smooth that day. So the actual, what I'm requesting here is just the closure of Kane Avenue for that same duration listed in the supplement.
Thank you. Motion?
I will make that motion as presented.
Thank you. Alderman Santee, is that motion? Second? Alderman Devine? Thank you. Discussion on this item. Alderman Schaefer.
One quick, is that for both campuses?
This is just east.
Okay.
just East Campus.
So is West gonna need the same thing?
West usually does theirs at,
West Campus?
at West Campus
Okay.
in, Fieldhouse.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Curry,
Yes.
Alderwoman Condon,
Yes.
Alderman Glab,
Yes.
Alderman Mahavik,
Yes.
Alderman Santee,
Yes.
Alderman Schaper.
Yes,
Thank you, council.
Thank you.
she missed.
Oh,
Sorry.
Alderman Devine.
Yes.
Sorry.
The next item on the agenda is 5B. I'm looking for a motion to approve temporary closure of Green Street during Green Street Cruise Night events on June 11th, July 9th, August 13th, September 10th, and October 15th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Alderwoman Condon,
I'll make that motion.
thank you. Second. Alderman Santee,
I will second the motion.
thank you. Discussion on this item. Alderwoman Condon.
Well, often we're not able to attend the events because they are on Monday evenings and we're in city council meetings. On the Monday evenings when we don't have a council meeting, I've either gone or gone by there, and it's always such a well-attended event, and I think it's a great atmosphere for the community. And when I have gone and walked across the street, there's a lot of people going back and forth and utilizing some of the businesses in that downtown area, which is what we actually want. So I think this is a great idea to close those on occasion and see how that goes, and I think it's a win-win for everyone.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this item? Alderman Santee?
How's the closure gonna be mapped out? In regards to, we're gonna close off Green Street right at the corner?
Yes.
And then take it all the way down to?
All the way down to Waukegan is the plan.
Okay. Just to make a note, that one parking lot, and I'm sure we can arrange to take care of this, but that one parking lot across the street from Riverwalk does not have access except for Green Street, to make sure that we give them some type of access there.
Sure.
Okay? That's all I have.
Alderman Glab?
Yeah, my only reservations are the fact that we keep talking about closing Green Street for this, Green Street for that. Green Street's one of our main arterials in the city. And, I don't think we'd even have, any kind of traffic counts of, between the hours of, 4 and 6, you know, people are heading out and coming, you know, heading home. A lot of them get to 120, or they take that to Pearl to get over the bridge. And if they're coming up Green Street, they're gonna wind up possibly going out to 31, and how's it, you know, again, I guess the first one will tell, but I would rather that we had approved one rather than all of them until we see what ramifications could occur from closing that street off. Like I said, you're closing it right at the main part of downtown traffic. That's all I got.
Thank you. Alderman Schaper?
So the plan is one time per month,
Yes.
and then see how that goes. The question I had was, did this run by most of the businesses there and they were okay? Because I know that's a big night for a lot of those businesses, so.
So, I'll answer that real quick. I did talk to, I'd say 80 to 90% of those businesses that were available the day I was walking. And even the Gambler was willing to try everything once now after St. Patty's Day, to be honest.
Okay.
So they're willing to try it and let's let things play out this year, try it out, and if it doesn't work next year, then, you know. This
Okay.
is something that I proposed to Green Street and Cruise Nights, and I have been talking about trying to keep it more active. You can see Wakanda and so forth, closing down Wakanda, and I know it's less of a thoroughbred than Green Street, but I think it's a good opportunity to get those businesses involved, and also try to get some of the businesses that are even closed on Monday or normally not open at these hours to come outside and keep their doors open. I know that's always been a concern too, so, but I'll work closely with those businesses as well.
And it'll be key to, for like signage and helping people out, but that lot off of Pearl by the bank will be a key lot that can be used for that.
Yeah, and they're gonna do a map as
Okay.
well, so.
Include that.
For parking.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Any other discussion by council? No? Is there any members of the public that would like to make a public comment regarding this item? I see none. Going back to council, any last discussions? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Schaper,
Yes.
Alderman Santee,
Yes.
Alderman Mahavik,
Yes.
Alderman Glad,
Yes.
Alderman Devine,
Yes.
Alderman Curry,
Yes.
Alderwoman Condon.
Yes.
Thank you, council.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is 5C. Looking for a motion to adopt the fiscal year 2018-2019 operating budget. Alderman Mahavik,
I'll make that motion to approve the budget.
thank you. Second? Alderman Schaper?
Second.
Any discussion on this item by council? Alderman Condon?
Just to, and I have talked to the mayor and, city administrator. I'm comfortable with the budget as presented, but, I am still looking for us to have a discussion on adding, from the tourism fund, a position that will coordinate our public relations, social media. I know I've been talking about it for a couple of years. I think it's imperative, really, that we are able to reach our constituents and it's not just posting. There's a lot of strategy that goes behind it, and we have a lot of very exciting things that are going on in the community. For example, when McHenry Shamrocks the Fox came up, it was very quick. The word did get out, but a social media campaign can greatly help with that. So that is something that I want us to consider in the very near future, and potentially having a budget amendment for that. But I am comfortable with approving the budget as is this evening.
Thank you. Any other discussion by council? Alderman Glad?
Yeah, I just wish that we had more money for the streets, that's all.
We're with you. We're with you. Any other discussion? Alderman Curry?
Just a comment, you know, that, and I think I made it before, but, you know, we've changed the budget documents over the last couple of years, and I think they're much more readable, and the narrative that has gone along with it this year, I think, was even better than it was the prior year. So, like, again, I appreciate that, because it's much clearer and makes it go a little smoother.
Agreed.
Any other discussion? I'm gonna open up the public input. Is there anyone in the public that would like to make a public comment regarding this item? See none. Last discussion? Okay, no one? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Curry,
Yes.
Alderman Devine,
Yes.
Alderman Glad,
Yes.
Alderman Mahavik,
Yes.
Alderman Santee,
Yes.
Alderman Schaper,
Yes.
Alderwoman Condon.
Yes.
Thank you, council. Next item on the agenda is 5D, motion to approve the fiscal year 2018-19 annual appointments for municipal officers, board and commission members, and standing committees of the council. Alderman Condon?
I will make the motion as presented.
Thank you. Second? Alderman Mahavik?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion on these items. Alderman Schaper?
Just happened to notice and let staff know already, but there's a person on the Landmark Commission that we approved on April 2nd that probably was omitted in my error, but should be included.
Yeah, you got it.
That,
Thank you. Alderman Santee?
I believe I got congratulations to two new appointees, Art, correct? And then also Jeff.
Art Gerda and
Art
Jeff
Gerda.
Grubich?
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't see them in the audience tonight, but
No.
congratulations.
And just so everyone knows, Art Gerda is a local business owner, wanted to be part of the community, kind of getting more involved. And same thing that went for Mr. Grubich as well. So it's good to have them on board. So, thank you. Any other discussion? Open up for public comment. Is there anyone in the public that would like to make a public comment on this item? See none. Last chance for discussion. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderwoman Condon,
Yes.
Alderman Mahavik,
Yes.
Alderman Curry,
Yes.
Alderman Devine,
Yes.
Alderman Glad,
No.
Alderman Santee,
Yes.
and Alderman Schaper.
Yes.
Thank you, Council. Next item on the agenda is 5E, a motion to adopt an ordinance authorizing the mayor's execution of the city administrator's employment agreement for a 3-year term to expire on April 30th, 2021. Alderman Condon?
I'll make that motion as presented.
Thank you. Second, Alderman Schaper?
Second.
Discussion on this item. He's not listening. Alderwoman Condon.
Typically, we do this on a year-by-year basis, and I really think that it gives some continuity for follow-through with some of our larger projects, and anxious to see where things go in the next few years.
Any other discussion by council? Seeing none. Open up for public comment. Is there anyone from the public that would like to make a public comment regarding this item? Seeing none. Open up for last discussion by council. Seeing none. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderwoman Condon,
Yes.
Alderman Schaper,
Yes.
Alderman Curry,
Yes.
Alderman Devine,
Yes.
Alderman Glad,
Yes.
Alderman Mahavik,
Yes.
Alderman Santee.
Yes.
Thank you, council. Look forward to working with you.
Thank
3
you.
more years.
Thank you, council.
At this time, open up for staff reports. Is there any this evening? Doug Martin?
Mayor, I just wanted to mention that April 29th through May 5th is National Small Business Week, so I just wanted to mention that for everyone's edification. Thank you.
Thank you. Bill Hobson?
This Saturday at the Recreation Center, we'll have a free family day, the day of play. So from 11 to 3 o'clock, a number of fun, free activities will be going on. We'll have a number of our organizations, our local sports organizations and other entities that will have tables throughout the rec center. So it'll be a good opportunity to just come out and do something fun and free.
I have a question. Can I just drop off kids? I got
Yeah,
4.
we give them free puppies and candy to go home. Here you go.
They have to take it.
Forget it. Any other staff reports? None? Mayor and City Council comments is next. I just want to welcome everyone to all the committees and the commissions. As you know, we look at adding another commission or committee here soon, and we'll come to council with that shortly here in the next 30 days or so. But I want to say for the first year, and my first year is actually tomorrow, it's been amazing. I've learned a lot, but it's been great working with all these individuals that we just approved this afternoon, and I look forward to a great year of getting more stuff done. So other than that, that's all I have. And Derek, I really appreciate everything you've done and worked with me in the last year. I know it's not an easy task, but you do it well, so thank you. City Council comments? Anyone? All right. At this time, I'm going to ask the public, once we enter an executive session, that you would step out of the room, and then we'll go ahead and invite you back in after we exit the executive session. So at this time, I'm looking for a motion to enter into executive session to discuss probable litigation, 5 ILCS 120-2C11. Alderman Santee?
I will make that motion to go to executive session as presented.
Thank you. Second? Alderman Schaper?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Santee,
Yes.
Alderman Schaper,
Yes.
Alderman Mahavik,
Yes.
Alderman Glad,
Yes.
Alderman Devine,
Yes.
Alderman Curry,
Yes.
Alderwoman Condon.
Yes.
Thank you, Council.
Yes.
Thank you both for coming. Don, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and move on.
Do we stick around?
Would you like us to stay or?
No, not unless Tom Zank's standing out there.
He is.
He is? Yeah, sure, might as well wait with that.
Yeah, it's good. All right, we'll go ahead and ask for a roll call. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderwoman Condon,
Here.
Alderwoman Curry,
Here.
Alderman Devine.
Here.
Alderman Glad.
Here.
Alderman Mahabit.
Here.
Alderman Santetti.
Here.
Alderman Schaefer.
Me and my teddy bear.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for waiting. Hand the mic over to our attorney, trying to explain a little bit about what we're about to make a motion on.
So the last item on the agenda is called a tolling agreement or a standstill agreement.
I'd like to have it a little, is there any way to get it a little louder so we,
Yeah, you know, that's me probably.
Turn your mic on.
Speak in the
Yeah.
microphone.
yeah.
So the last agreement, can you hear that?
Yeah, that's better.
The last item we have on the agenda is a tolling agreement or a standstill agreement that's been negotiated between Meyer Material and the city, between myself and Attorney Zank. And the intent of the agreement is to stop the timeframes that are running on the conditional use permits, which expire on May 4th at midnight or so this year, and the annexation agreements expiring on the same date. We're gonna stop those timeframes as of today, if it's agreed to between Meyer and today, and the city council today. We're gonna stop those timeframes for a minimum of 45 days and a maximum of August 6th, 2018. That will give us time to negotiate further resolution of our issues between the parties. The tolling agreement also stops the timeframes that are running on a potential lawsuits that could be filed by either one of us, called the statute of limitations. It stops all those timeframes from running and expiring in the event there were one. So again, that's the purpose of the tolling agreement, and the staff is going to recommend that the city council authorize the mayor's execution of that agreement. And just to confirm, Meyer, or Tom Zank, are you good with this tonight?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So I guess I'll ask, are there any questions from the public on the tolling agreement? I appreciate you staying here for that whole closed session. Any questions on it? Okay.
Thank you. All right, at this time, for items 9A, I'm looking for a motion to approve an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a standstill, aka tolling agreement between Meyer Material Company and the city of McHenry to extend operations at the site until August 6th, 2018. Alderman Curry?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Second? Alderman Schaefer?
Second.
Discussion on this item. Alderman Condon?
Just clarification, that does include the operation hours changing for loading, for truck loading to 7 a.m. for, 6 a.m. for truck loading and 7 a.m. for processing and crushing materials, correct?
Yeah. Processing and crushing is 7 a.m.
Truck loading at 6.
Truck loading is 6, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
Any other discussion by council? See none. I'm going to open up for public input, public comment regarding this item. Is there anyone in the public that would like to make a public comment? See none. Going back to council. Oh, all right. If you could step to the podium and state your name for public record, please.
Oh, sure.
For public record, I am Vicki Shepard. I'm the past Plan Commission Chairman for the city of McHenry. I served from 88, or 87, 88 till 98, was there present at the original hearings for these. I want to find out, does that hours of operation, does that include Saturdays?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I live on Chickaloon, and I want you to know it's like living behind, and I didn't receive any public notice. I knew this was happening because when I looked out my window and saw the berm beginning to be built. I had no clue. I knew it was up in 2018 because I was there when it was written. I didn't know this was happening. I did not receive notification that this was happening. And I want you to know, I bought a house at the gravel pit. I know it's there. I don't have a problem with that. I understand that. I want my water protected. I want to see a current reclamation program, other than the one that was there originally. And they're working from 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 5 days, 6 days a week. If I have to use my backyard, I can't hear myself talk, let alone the dirt in my home. I have a gray pickup truck outside that I can write my name in, and I put it in the garage because I'm a little particular about my pickup truck. It's covered, literally covered. Do you have studies on air quality for the people who live there? I applaud the gentlemen who do their air studies for their employees. We need them to be protected. They're probably citizens here as well. They work here, they're part of our people here, they need to be protected. Have you done air quality for my neighborhoods? What about my water table? I have a well. I have got no information other than what I have in my past understanding of my plan commission minutes, my annexation agreements, and the map amendments. I live there by choice. I love the neighborhood. I know what's there. I'm not stupid. And neither am my dowerage either, that I wouldn't understand the legalese for all of this. Okay, and I live with a gentleman who is a really fair, well understanding of mining as well, because he's grilled me all evening on it, AKA my husband. Okay, so I just need you guys to help us out as far as citizens. And if you do have questions of possible intent of the people or the men I sat with, what was their thought processes, or you have questions on my plan commission minutes, what we were hoping to help you with back then, I'd be glad to help any of you to answer these questions. I would have been able to be here earlier if I would have known this was happening, to volunteer to any of you. If you want to pick my brain, I'll try to get my minutes from City Hall here and to help you any way I can for that past piece of history. But I didn't know this was happening. Okay, so if you do anything further, I would love to have some notification. I would love to be able to help you if you need it, Mayor, in any way, shape, or form. But I need protection. I want clean water. I want clean air. To the best of my ability, I realize it's a mining operation. But you know what? We can't arbitrarily. That's called a hostile taking. You all know that. Can't be capricious and arbitrary. You cannot do that. You cannot deny a person a reasonable return on their monies spent. That's illegal. Dave will tell you that. But understand something. As you guarantee their legal rights, you might be hastily taking mine. Not happy. There's always a double-edged sword. Please think. It isn't everything there. You got some citizens here too. Thanks so much. And if I can help, please call. I'd be happy to come in it whenever you want.
Thank you for your time.
For Vicky's benefit and the rest of you who stayed so long, we're going to conduct most of these discussions with Meyer in open session. We have nothing to hide. The only reason I go to closed session to talk to the council is because they're my client, and we are on opposite sides with Meyer at this point. And so to talk about, let's call it strategy of how to avoid litigation, or what to do if we happen to get into it, I need to go into closed session to talk to them. But as far as the issues that Vicki talked about, that's all going to be done in open session. So expect that to happen, and you'll be, it'll happen at these type of city council meetings. And we're working behind the scenes from a smaller group standpoint in order to get to points that are in hopefully resolving certain issues. And we have certain experts to help us, but we'll do as much as we can in open session. So keep coming.
Thank you, David. Is there any other public comment at this time regarding this item? See none. Discussion by council? See none. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Curry,
Yes.
Alderman Schaefer,
Yes.
Alderman Devine,
Yes.
Alderman Glad,
Yes.
Alderman Mahabit,
Yes.
Alderman Santee,
Yes.
Alderwoman Condon.
Yes.
Thank you, council. I'm also looking for a motion to adjourn the meeting. Alderman Condon, second. Alderman Santee.
I'll second the motion.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderwoman Conde.
Yes.
Alderman Curry.
Yes.
Alderman Devine.
Yes.
Alderman Glad.
Yes.
Alderman Mahavik.
Yes.
Alderman Santee.
Yes.
Alderman Schaper.
Yes.
Thank you. Everyone have a good evening.
You want to sign one of these tonight, Tom? Come on up, otherwise